SmackDown is in Indianapolis tonight, and the big thing they have on the show is the Charlotte and Becky rematch, because Becky got herself disqualified at the Super Showdown show, so they're having a big rematch. So the stipulation is if Becky, she loses the title if she gets herself disqualified. So they have a really good match. I thought they had a good match. Charlotte, she does really good moonsault, and she landed on her back, and then Becky right after gives her a Bexploder on the ground. That looked good, great. Becky's doing great here. She's very over, obviously. They had a fun match. These two are, I think I'd say, besides actually with Asuka, I'd say Asuka, Becky, and Charlotte are the three best women's wrestlers in the company on the main roster right now. I think that's fair to say. Those three are the three best. But these two are really great. And they have really good chemistry together. They're best friends in real life. And I don't want to point this out. It might sound rude, but Charlotte, okay. Her tits are fucking gigantic. It's like she has these D cups, these porn star D cups. And it's like, God, these things are just going to explode, and she's going to get bad injury there. It's like, it's going to be a disaster. Why are they that fucking big? Does anyone else have to point it out? It's like, she has fucking D cups. Why does she have D cups? Oh my God. Anyway, so the match ends with Becky Lynch. I just have to point it out. It's like, when I see it, I'm not complaining. They're great to look at. It's like, something's going to happen to her. She's already had an injury. It's like, they're going to pop. Yeah, anyway, Becky also looks great herself. And after the match ends in a count out. So it ends in a double count out. And Becky keeps the belt, obviously. And I think they're just going to set up a match at Evolution. I don't know if Charlotte's going to get the belt back. I think she probably will beat Becky at Evolution. Probably. I don't know what they're going to do, though, because I think the thing they want to do is Ronda and Charlotte at WrestleMania, and I think Charlotte has to win the Royal Rumble to get to that point. And if Charlotte wins the SmackDown Women's title, what's she going to do? I mean, I guess she can lose it again, just to win it, and I guess give her another reign, because I think that she's going to eventually have to come on top of Becky in this feud. Like, they have to, Charlotte eventually will beat Becky because she's the top girl. It's like with Roman, in the end, he has to get the win. So she'll eventually win this feud, I think, for sure. She'll beat Becky probably at Evolution, but she'll lose the title again. Then the win the Royal Rumble, go to Raw and challenge Ronda. People have said Charlotte as SmackDown's champion, Ronda as Raw champion. I can't say that because one of them has to win the Royal Rumble. If Charlotte is SmackDown champion, how she's going to win the Rumble? Same thing with Ronda. So I don't know how this feud's going to end, but I mean, I suppose Charlotte will eventually get the best of Becky. So, after the match, the big thing is they had the major spot. Charlotte hits Becky Lynch with a spear into the Matrix board. I can't use the word Titantron because it's not a Titantron. And she hits her with the spear, and they go through a board, like one of the Matrix boards, or the LED boards. So it looks good, but like this, they're trying to recreate Rhino and Jericho. Remember when Rhino speared Chris Jericho through the whole Titantron to SmackDown, like 2001 Titantron? Since it's SmackDown 1000, they were going to recreate a moment next week, so they want to recreate that moment. It wasn't as cool as that. It was definitely a good spot. It looked really good. But no. You can't couldn't top, that the Rhino Jericho's gore through the Titantron. But so they're setting up a last woman standing match. I think at Evolution. That's where they're going. This show, Jeff Hardy getting ready for his match with Samoa Joe, and they're talking about SmackDown 1000. They're showing Undertaker will be there. They're showing parts of the entrance area after Charlotte speared Becky through it. They have a Jeff Hardy video package. So it's a Crown Jewel qualifying match. Jeff Hardy, Samoa Joe. So what happens here is Samoa Joe gets injured, and like Jeff Hardy wins by an injury. So to protect Joe, Jeff Hardy advances in the Crown Jewel qualifying World Cup qualifying match. Jeff Hardy advances to the tournament, and Joe loses by like referee stoppage. It's just new sort to protect him. I don't know. They have a video package for Randy Orton. They're hyping up Evolution for SmackDown. People are complaining. I don't agree with Evolution being on SmackDown because they were never on SmackDown. They were always on Raw. It would have made more sense for Evolution to be shown on Raw 25, but they had to do the fucking DX thing. But it is kind of cool to see Evolution on. It'll be cool to see Batista back because he's made a lot of comments about WWE. One thing I've been thinking, one thing about Batista is he's always really wanted to wrestle Triple H or WrestleMania and retire. I don't know if that's where they're going to go, but they could do that. That's an option. They could go that route. I doubt it'll happen, but that maybe he's back to set that up. They show Paige in the back, and she announces it's a last woman standing match at Evolution. So that's your match. Knew that would probably go down like that. Not surprising. So it won't be the main event. They're going to have Ronda and Nikki main event, but Charlotte and Becky and having a last woman standing match will definitely be the better match. That'll probably be the best match on the show, I think. They show Miz for Miz TV. They caught AJ Styles as a guest, and he's represented AJ since the WWE titles never met less, and I don't know if that's supposed to, he's going into AJ's typical Miz stuff. Saying the WWE title never met less is definitely true, because that's not because of AJ, it's because the WWE buries him. So the whole segment had AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan going back and forth on Miz talking, and Miz ripping into AJ, saying he's Daniel Bryan with a southern accent, and I disagree. I mean, if you look at their ideologies, like their political ideologies are probably complete opposite, but calling him Daniel Bryan with a southern accent, saying the WWE Championship's less relevant than ever, it's not headlining Crown Jewel. That's true. I mean, it's not AJ's fault. It's the company's fault. It's blaming that on Vince McMahon. Why the WWE Championship is devalued. It's always been like that. I mean, everyone knew this would happen. It's because it's SmackDown. It's nothing to do. I think it has nothing to do with the WWE title. If the WWE Championship was on Raw and the Universal Championship on SmackDown, exact same thing would be happening, except reversed. The Universal title would be in the middle of the card, and the WWE title would be main eventing. So it's nothing. Sorry, it's nothing to do with, AJ, really. It's just more about it's on SmackDown. It's the secondary title. The main title, the A title's on Raw. But he ripped into both of them. It's obvious he's going to interfere in the match in Saudi Arabia. So next is shown by doing AJ Styles. AJ wins. They have a video package for the Big Show, and the Big Show's coming back tonight. I don't know why. Oh, man, I don't want to see the Big Show anymore. Sorry, but they show Aiden English in the ring, and this fucking thing sucks. I don't want to see this goddamn feud. I don't even want to see it. I'm just going to skip that. Alright, I'm just skipping that. Last match is Big Show versus Randy Orton in a Crown Jewel qualifying match. In 2018, in the main event of fucking SmackDown, it's Randy Orton and the Big Show. I have to watch Randy Orton and Big Show in 2018 in a fucking qualifying match for a Saudi Arabia show. Why? Orton and Big Show in 2018 main eventing SmackDown. Oh my god. I don't want to fucking review this shit. Randy Orton wins, and Randy Orton advances to Crown Jewel. So it's kind of weird. It's like they have to hype up Evolution. That's their main focus, and also Crown Jewel's another focus. And the thing, obviously, at the Crown Jewel show, none of the women are allowed to be on. So it's like they're hyping up a men's only show and a women's only show at the same time. And they're having kind of a hard time doing that. It's kind of what they're going to do. It's like they've been doing this ever since SummerSlam. They've had this thing where they've had to build up all these shows, like, all at once. They've had to build up, like, so many shows. And, like, they already have matches announced for shows in advance. It's usually they have a show and they build it up, and after that show they go to the next one. Here it's like they're all building them all up at the same time, and it's just a huge mess right now. But yeah, the product sucks. I'm not looking forward to Evolution at all. Just have no interest. Charlotte and Becky in the last woman standing will be really good. Just that main event, with Ronda and Nikki, it's like that kind of ruins the whole show for me. So not too high on it, not too high on the Crown Jewel show. So again, I'm just really bored with the product right now.